Well, let the madness begin. In just a few hours, we will find out which teams are in and which teams are out of this year's NCAA men's basketball tournament. Here with us from CBS Sports is former Xavier head coach Pete Gillen to break it all down. Coach, thanks for being here.
Great being with you, Elaine.
All right, so let's start off with one of the top stories coming out of this weekend's tournament was the injury to Oregon's Chris Boucher. The Ducks looked poised to make a deep run, but how much does the loss of Boucher hurt their chances?
It's going to hurt them a lot.
Yeah.
They had a great player in Dylan Brooks, so they could get by with it, but losing him is a big, big loss for the Ducks.
And so not looking good at this point for them?
No, I think they'll make advance, but I don't think they'll get to the Final Four. They could, but I don't think so now, losing Boucher. It's a big loss.
It is a big loss. All right, looking at the other top teams, who do you like? And who do you think might be in for an early exit at this point?
Elaine, last time it was right was the Franco-Prussian War. So it takes me a while, but it's wide open. I think it's more wide open than I've ever seen it.
That's sort of the beauty of it, isn't it?
That's great. It's more exciting.
Right. You don't know what's going to happen.
To be or not to be. A little
right.
Shakespeare. What's going to happen, right? That is the question. So it should be fun. Right now, I like Kansas the best. They've had some off-the-court distractions, some problems, but they have great guards, Frank Mason III and Devontae Graham. Josh Jackson's an outstanding freshman. So, once again, it's wide open, but I like Kansas a lot. North Carolina's got a great front line. Duke is hot, as you know, won the ACC tournament recently. So anything can happen. Gonzaga, but they're a great team, but they haven't played a tremendous schedule. So we'll see what happens when they go against the heavy hitters.
All right, so full disclosure, I did not write this question, but I'm going to ask you. You mentioned Duke. Does Duke deserve a #1 seed?
No, they finished strong. They've had a lot of excuses. Duke, they're like the rules are different. Duke has their own rules and everybody else. So, now it's at Virginia, so I'm a little partial, But they got a great team, a great coach. I don't think they deserve a #1. I think a 2 seed would be very fair for them, the top 2 seed. Once again, they had a lot of losses during the season. They came in, was 5th place, I think, in the ACC, which is a great league. I don't think they deserve a #1.
All right, because I had to disclose that. I don't want people to accuse me of being biased one way or the other. All right, let me ask you this. March Madness is all about the unexpected upset. Right. So you have your eye on anybody at this point? Yeah,
I got a team that's pretty good. It could sneak up. They're a good team. SMU. Nobody talks much about them, but they got an outstanding team. They're playing Cincinnati today in the American Conference Championship game. They're really very well coached. They're talented. They're athletic. They're really skilled. So I think they're a team that could sneak into the Final Four. That's my one sleeper.
Your one sleeper. And do you think this is the year that we see a 16 seed knock off a #1?
It could happen. I don't think but I think it's getting closer and closer. Yeah. Last year, as you recall, a 15 beat a 2. Middle Tennessee knocked off Michigan State, as you recall.
Yep.
Michigan State was
a hard one to watch.
It was tough. It was painful, yeah. But they were the second most popular team. Kansas was #1, but the general public, Michigan State was #2. So it could happen. I don't think it's yet, but it's getting close. It's going to happen in the next few years.
All right, but you think SMU? I'm going to write that down.
Yeah. Well, they're a sleeper. I'm not saying they're going to win it. I think they can get to the Final Four. I like to pick, the chalk, the Villanovas and Kansas. That's easy to do that,
sure.
Duke. But I like SMU as one of my sleepers.
All right, I'm going to watch it. Pete Gillen, thanks so much.
Thanks, Elaine. Great being with you.
And the NCAA Tournament will be televised this coming week across CBS, TBS, TNT, and True TV. It all begins with Selection Sunday coverage tonight at 5:30 p.m. Eastern on CBS.